Hey, what's going on, you guys? To continue this series on labels, I thought that I would talk about one of the most, they're all important, but this might be one of the most important labels that society likes to place on other people within their society, which is liars. Liar! You lied. You are a liar. That person is a liar. This politician is a liar. They lied. I found out that you lied. I found out that they lied. You lied about this. You lied about that. You, them. What about you? Because here's the truth, you guys. 95%, and I'm not exaggerating, percent of people are liars. And I'm not talking about lying to other people. I'm not talking about lying on purpose. I'm talking about lying to themselves. Lying to yourself. You can't expect to be honest with other people or for them to be honest with you unless you're first honest with yourself. And people often lie to themselves. People lie to themselves on a very regular basis. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what their position is. It doesn't matter what their status is or how much money they have. It doesn't matter how well known they are in their communities or whether or not people have a very favorable opinion of them or perspective on them. People lie to themselves all the time. The only way that we could ever call other people liars is because we do that to ourselves so very often. This is often our projection onto other people. And the easiest way to stop doing that, to stop blaming other people and to stop projecting onto other people is to acknowledge that although people do lie to themselves, people don't lie to themselves on purpose. People are often very unaware that they are lying to themselves. Maybe they were aware at a certain point in their life. Maybe certain thoughts came to them, or perhaps they were alone at bed at night, just about to go to sleep, but they can't because they are just so unhappy with themselves. They are just in so much denial of who they are and what kind of trauma or what kind of experiences, what kind of hurt are they holding on to. Maybe at one point it did come to you, but instead of acknowledging it, instead of just seeing it for what it is, you just kept pushing it away and pushing it away. You kept pushing your true self away from you. The only reason that we have these politicians and that we have these influencers, we have these newscasters, we have people that are in positions of power that lie to us is because we manifest liars. And the easiest way that you can manifest liars is to keep lying to yourself. The more that you keep lying to yourself, the more that you keep bullshitting yourself, the more liars you're going to run into. The more that people are just not going to be open and honest with you. And you are going to continue to feel empty. You are going to continue to feel a void in your soul. You are going to continue to have trust issues with people because you don't even trust yourself. You don't even trust your own intuition. You don't even trust your own decision making. You don't even trust your own heart. You don't even trust your own desires. If you do not trust yourself, then you are in no position to label other people liars. You are in no position to accuse other people of being liars. And I'm going to talk to you guys about a very often complex to most people, but a very simple formula, which is that the more honest you are with yourself, the more that you can find some time to be alone with yourself. And look, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It's going to be a very painful road. Lately, I've been feeling very tired. I've been feeling very lethargic. I've been struggling, but in a good way, because at least this time I'm not in complete dissociation or denial of myself or what I've been through in my life, or or the many different ways that other people in my life have hurt me because they've failed to be honest with themselves, because they failed to. If you continue to be dishonest with yourself, not only are you committing a very not only are you unconsciously hurting other people, but you are doing just an utter complete disservice to yourself. You do not love yourself enough to be honest with yourself. You do not love yourself enough to go on this very brutal, painful journey of self-identity and purpose and self-discovery. Because true self-discovery, guys, is extremely uncomfortable. It's extremely painful, but trust me, it's all worth it in the end. You are going to come out more refreshed. You are going to come out more enlightened. I don't like using that word enlightened because so many people abuse that word and like to call themselves enlightened and call other people. And if you run into people that like to call themselves and other people enlightened, run as far away as you can, because chances are they are just as lost as you are. They are just as lost as 95% of humanity. To truly be enlightened, to truly have wisdom, is to first have conversations with yourself. It is to first dig deep and explore who you are, who you have been from birth, who you were as a child. Because I guarantee you that whoever you were at 12 years old was a lot more authentic, and it closely embodied who you truly are, more than your 22-year-old self or your 32-year-old self, 42-year-old self, 52, 62. Just because you live longer, just because you're older than some people or most people, it doesn't mean that you are truly aware. It doesn't mean that you have really it doesn't mean that you've really learned anything. True enlightenment and true wisdom comes from being honest with yourself. When you were a child, more than likely you were a lot more honest with yourself than you are with yourself right now. And you were definitely more honest with yourself than most people, including your parents, including your teachers, including, you know, if you identify as Christian, or if you're religious, you were a lot more honest with yourself than pastors were with you, than, you know, than high school counselors were with you, youth pastors were with you. Because most people grow up with some form of neglect, some form of trauma from when they were kids, through no fault of their own, and they just push it down. Shut up. Don't talk anymore. So that you can fit in with this normal society. So before you accuse other people, I want you to do yourself a favor and everybody else a favor, and go all the way back to when you were 12 years old, or perhaps even younger than that. And I know for most of you it's going to be hard, it's going to be uncomfortable, but guess what? Anything worth doing, anything that will get you to the next level, anything that will bring out the best version of yourself that you can be, takes a really hard and dark path. It doesn't mean that you dwell on your trauma or your past experiences. It doesn't mean that you try to fish for sympathy from other people to try to obtain, try to fill the void inside your soul that, your parents, through no fault of their own, or, other people in your life have left, just this huge void in your soul. You try to get it from other people. You may even still try to get it from your parents, assuming that they're still alive. But you have to be the one to give that to yourself. You have to be the one to be honest with yourself. Again, I'm going to keep talking about labels, but that's going to, this is the only way that we're going to be able to move past that absurdity. Is for all of us collectively to be open and honest with ourselves, and as a result, we will begin to be open and honest with other people, and they will start to become more open and honest with us. So anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope it brought value, and if it did, share it with your friends and your family. Like and subscribe if you want, but I got to go ahead and wrap this up and get out of here. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay cool. I will talk to you again soon.